Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be analyzing two stocks, Tesla and Boeing. And before doing so, please subscribe to our channel if you want us to keep releasing technical analysis and price action and price targets for free. Let's start our analysis with Tesla on a weekly chart, which means every candle is a weekly one. In one of my previous YouTube videos, I've been warning about buying Tesla at those levels at 1,600 US dollar. I've been suggesting to sell short rather than buying. The reason is because, as you can see here, after two long white candles, we've seen actually a long black candle. But most importantly, as you can see here, we're inside the price action, which is very far from the upper band. As you can see here, the upper and the lower band, those two triangular moving average envelopes have been actually enveloping 95% of the price action, how it should be, based on the two standard deviations. Right now, what happened? As you can see here, if we analyze the historical price action, we see that once the price went above the upper band, we have then experienced a retrace towards the lower band. So that's why I've been warning not to buy at those levels, and the reason is because, as you can see here, the price is too far from the upper band. So in terms of price action, I would rather sell short rather than buy, and the first actually the first target is without any kind of doubt around 980 US dollar. Let me tell you something about the classic technical analysis. I will create a video where I will be going more in depth about the classical technical analysis, and actually, can you be profitable using the classic technical analysis? The answer is no. So whenever you see someone telling you that the moving averages rather than the MACD or the RSI, like we all know, will make you profitable, then actually I can tell you that you will not be profitable. There is a famous statement in the 70s from Alan Greenspan, a former Federal Reserve governor, okay, who has been stating that he gave the possibility, the chance to a group of students to analyze the market and try to predict, okay, the following price action using the moving average, and the result was a disaster. So that's why, and you know, as I've been writing on one of my books, Forex the Holy Grail, the moving average doesn't work anymore if they ever worked in the 70s. So in terms of price action, coming back to Tesla, I do believe we are going to test at least the 1000 threshold. 980, 970 US dollar is the first target. As you can see here, then in terms of indicator, which is a very good one, the green indicator is almost crossing below the red one, which is another sell signal over the next weeks and months. Let's now analyze Boeing, and Boeing has a completely different chart if compared with Tesla. So in terms of relative strength, Tesla has a much higher relative strength than Boeing. Of course, Boeing has been impacted by the coronavirus, yet I will not give too much responsibility to the coronavirus, but I would say that in terms of price action, actually, Boeing went too far from 120 till 500 US dollar, which is exactly what I'm expecting for the other Nasdaq companies. I do believe we are really close to at least a strong retrace from what I consider the all-time high. Of course, in the short term, we might see even a, let's say, even a much better movement higher, okay, some movement higher, but I do believe over the next months we are retracing even for the most important companies like Facebook, Microsoft, and many others. But let's stick to Boeing and let's analyze what we can retrieve from the price action, the price analysis. And as you can see here, I use the bands, and the reason I've been explaining many times, and the reason is because the bands normally envelop, okay, the 95% of the price action, and every time we experience an increase in terms of volatility, we should at the real beginning follow the direction. Okay, in this case, for example, we have a breakup below, sorry, above the upper band, which was a very strong signal for the short term, and from here we've seen an increase in terms of price from 235 euro US dollar till 500 US dollar. Exactly what is happening right now. But when we have an excess, okay, in terms of volatility, then we should be expecting a movement, a counter trend movement. So what happened from here? Okay, so at 230 US dollar over the short term we have experienced an increase, but then as you can see here the price is now below this area. So if you know how to use the bands, you will have you will acquire a very strong tool in order to be profitable in the market. So exactly what happened here, we experienced a strong movement below the lower band, but this actually is in excess of the market. That's why we've experienced the movement, a counter trend movement. Now we're again moving downwards. So the next so in terms of risk reward ratio, we should be shorting Boeing rather than going long. And the reason is because the two envelopes are oriented downwards, which means the derivative is below the zero. So the scenario is really negative over the next weeks. Now, in terms of price action, we can certainly set up a 100 US dollar as a price target for Boeing over the next weeks. Thank you, guys.